Hello, replay viewers. Thank you so much for joining me and for taking the time to learn more about your fertility and ways you can improve your reproductive health and fertility wellness. I'm Heather Rodriguez. I'm a natural fertility specialist, and my team and I help couples who are trying to conceive. We help couples with natural fertility therapies such as herbs, diet, supplements, lifestyle changes. And welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for the hearts. I'm so glad to see you guys here. I've been a little bit of a hiatus for this past week because me and my team from the Natural Fertility Company went to an Herbal conference to be inspired, to learn the latest in herbal therapies. And there's so many great things I'm excited to share with you guys, to bring back and share with you. So good morning and welcome. So today's fertility scope is going to be about a fertility tip and an aspect of fertility that you have not thought about. I'd probably put money on it that you haven't thought about it. For those of you who are joining, you can go ahead and tap on the screen if this topic is relevant to you, if you're finding this information really helpful. I appreciate the hearts. Thank you so much. And if you have a question, feel free to comment in the comments, and you can ask your question, and I'd be more than happy to hopefully answer it for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So today's tip is going to apply to anybody who is trying to conceive. This will make a big impact on the results that you get. It's going to make an impact on the results from the money that you are spending on supplements and herbs and various things for fertility, on food. So today's focus is going to be on digestive health for fertility. And I know that seems like, Heather, that might be the wrong body system to focus on while I'm trying to get pregnant. Shouldn't we be focusing on the reproductive system? But there's a very specific reason that I want to talk with you about digestive health and how it's going to impact the results you're getting from what you're doing to support your fertility. So when it comes to digestive health, when it comes to fertility, there's the main foundational things that I want you to focus on. Eating a clean fertility diet, using herbs and supplements to help support your system and your individual fertility journey, mind-body therapies for stress, therapies for increasing circulation. So all of those things are areas of fertility that you need to focus on in order to boost your fertility naturally. But a lot of those things depend on the health of your digestive system. So for instance, you're eating a wonderful fertility diet, you're eating the healthy fats, you're eating the enzymes, the antioxidants, I almost said antibiotics, the antioxidants, and all of the healthy, nutritious foods. But if you have a poor digestive system, you're not going to be absorbing the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, the antioxidants. You're not going to actually be able to break down the food properly and absorb them. So that's something to think about. How's your digestion? You can tell and get feedback from your digestive system by knowing, okay, I ate a meal. How do I feel right now? Okay, I ate lunch. I have gas for the rest of the day. These are all signs. How many times are you going to the bathroom a day? These are all signs of your body telling you about your internal digestive health. So this is very important for fertility because we want to flood the blood with nutrients. We want to have our body full of as many antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, and other phytonutrients as possible, because that is going to supply the egg and the sperm with the ingredients they need to create the healthiest DNA and the healthiest materials that they're going to be passing on that will become your future child. So digestive health plays a big role. And who's thought about that? Do you think much about digestion? How is your digestion, if you don't mind sharing? What do you guys, have you thought about digestive health? Is it something that you actually think about and wonder about? And let me know how yours is, how you're feeling after you eat. It's something that is a part of our day multiple times a day. So that's why it's important. Digestive health starts from when you're eating all the way down through your entire system. There's so many amazing processes that happen while you're eating to break down your food and to get the nutrients from your food. So what I'm going to share with you is just some really easy steps to help to support your digestive system that you can add on to your fertility program. Super easy to do. And so Tiffany, hi Tiffany, it's so nice to see you today. So something that you've thought about and it makes sense to you, yes. And I know it's like one of those things like circulation. not something you think about every day. It's not like the super exciting for fertility tip. You might think, oh, maca is amazing, but it's actually like super important, because if you're not digesting those capsules, if you're not digesting maca when you're taking it, what's the point? You know? And this is something that that your partner should think about as well. And it'll give you more energy. There's so many wonderful benefits to it. So a couple steps to focus on to increase your digestion. Super easy to do, not a big disturbance to your life. The first is to focus on eating whole foods. We talk about that with the fertility diet. Whole foods are going to provide fiber, which is going to help your digestion. They're going to be generally very alkaline, which is great for your digestive system. And they're going to be void of processed foods, which processed foods are very taxing on the digestive system. So whole foods contain fiber, which helps with digestion, but also feeds your good bacteria, your probiotic bacteria. And probiotic bacteria have so many functions in the body. It's actually quite amazing. We are made up of 10 times the amount of bacteria than we are of human cells. Kind of crazy. But we want to make sure those are the good guys that are working for us. So whole foods, that's how you're going to feed that good probiotics, those good probiotics in your system, the good bacteria. When you're eating a lot of sugar and a lot of processed food, it actually feeds more of the bacteria that you don't want to overgrow, such as candida, and there's some other bacteria. So good healthy foods will keep the good guys in there working for us. It's been shown that they have an effect on hormonal health and on mental state, the balance of bacteria in your system. How crazy is that? The next one is to chew your food. Yep, super simple, but a lot of people don't do it. Making sure to chew your food so that it's easier for your stomach to break down and digest it. Also, the digestive process starts in the mouth. Fiber, I kind of touched on that with the whole food diet. Fiber is amazing for fertility and hormonal health. Fiber helps the body to get rid of excess estrogen, excess hormones in the system. So it's really important to eat fiber. It's kind of like, there's a product that we use a lot called DIM, and we use that to help to get excess estrogens out of the system. And this comes from broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables. So think about that. Cruciferous vegetables have tons of fiber in it. Add some broccoli, add some cabbage to your diet. And then taking a probiotic. We actually don't personally sell a probiotic because you want to get a probiotic that is refrigerated and that is as fresh as possible. There's a lot of different companies out there. It's something I would definitely get from a very good company. I would not buy my probiotic at Costco or the grocery store. You want to make sure that there's billions and billions of still living good bacteria in that supplement. And you would just take that daily and rotate them. When you run out of your bottle, try a different one so you're getting different strains. And yes, there's probiotics in yogurt and in fermented foods, so definitely eat those, but I wouldn't just rely on those only, because there's only generally one or two strains in yogurt, and it's pasteurized, it's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. Eat those foods, but don't rely on them solely. And then the last one is, this is one that in the herbalist community is very popular. We've all heard of it, we all use it, but it's not really mainstream yet. And this is something you would take before, during, or after your meal, whenever you remember. It's called herbal bitters. Not sure if you guys have heard of that before. Herbal bitters are herbs that are very bitter. When we used to eat off the land more in our caveman days, we used to eat a lot of bitter foods. Most foods were bitter, but we have changed them and hybridized them to taste better. So for instance, our fruits are way sweeter than they were in nature and much bigger. And our vegetables are much blander than they used to be in nature, and they're also much bigger. So bitters are an important part of digestion. They touch the tongue and they start to stimulate the digestive juices. They start to stimulate bile, everything we need to digest food properly. So bitters are a liquid that you can get, and you would add it to your drink. There's a company called Moonshine, I believe it's Moonshine Herbal Moonshine. They make great bitters, and you would add it to water, just drink it right before your meal. And you actually get used to it. At first, they're bitter, go figure, but you actually get used to it and they feel really good in your system. So those are my tips for digestive health to help to support your fertility. Make sure that you're digesting your food properly. Again, it's important because all those nutrients are what we need to supply health to the egg, health to the sperm. The egg you will ovulate 90 days from now, the sperm that will be used 90 days from now, is being nourished by what you're doing today. So you can have an impact. We've seen so many different effects that people have had in that amount of time on their egg health. It's been quite amazing. I know a lot of people get told there's nothing you can do about egg health, and there are some egg health situations that aren't reversible, that may be genetic, but you can nourish, and your eggs can be affected by the good things, and they can be affected by the negative things that you're doing right now. So just keep that in mind. Don't get freaked out, but just do some good things for yourself. And then again, the steps to increase digestive health is going to be eating whole foods, high in fiber, staying away from processed foods, chewing your food, eating foods with fiber, taking a probiotic, and using a bitter. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Do you guys have any questions about digestive health or any of the things that I covered? I find that to see the results from making adjustments to your digestive health, it takes a couple days. You should see a difference within a week to know if something's working for you or not. And with any of these things, just use them as suggested. Don't go overboard and start taking a ton of probiotics. You can actually make things worse by putting too many of a specific type of bacteria in your system. So just use as suggested. And I hope you guys found this helpful and you have a fantastic day.